Hello and good evening, everyone. Brian Kniff alongside Buddy Tarbatten. We are live at the Wildwoods Convention Center at the Boardwalk Basketball Classic. It's been a late one here. Had a 4 overtime game, set things back, a couple of other long games, and this 7:15 game is now about to start in about 5 minutes between Wildwood and Cumberland in the Barney McCracken Memorial Boys Bracket at the Boardwalk Basketball Classic. The winner of this game will take on Mass Charter of Philadelphia in the championship game tomorrow. An extraordinary second half by Mass Charter. They were tied with Cape May Tech 20-20 and then won the game 57-24, outscoring Cape May Tech 37-4 in the second half. So a good win for Mass Charter, and the winner of this game between Wildwood and Cumberland will play Mass Charter tomorrow and at 7:30. The loser of this game will play Cape May Tech in a consolation game at 11:30. And this live video stream on the Coast Sports Today Facebook page proudly brought to you by Lucky Bones in Cape May. They support all the athletes in Cape May County. Stop at Lucky Bones for great food with great friends. That's Lucky Bones at the foot of the bridge in Cape May. Crest Savings Bank, banking since 1919 with branches to serve you throughout Cape May County. Visit crestsavings.com. And as Buddy Tarbatten so aptly mentions each game, Crest Savings Bank sponsors every bank shot in each basketball game that we broadcast. The Bal Harbor Hotel is a proud supporter of our local schools. Would like to wish all of the athletes and coaches the best of luck this season. Check them out at balharborhotels.com. Troiano and Sons are a proud sponsor of Wildwood basketball. Whether you need masonry work, stone pavers, concrete, or more, 522-3355 for a free estimate. Hemingway's at the Grand in Cape May is the locals' favorite restaurant for lunch or dinner. That's Hemingway's. Oceanfront on Beach Avenue in Cape May. You can follow them on Facebook. So Wildwood at 3-0, buddy. Cumberland at 2-1. So, a couple of pretty good teams here. Maybe on the lower level in South Jersey, but, against the schedule they've played, they're both off to a very good start.
Yeah, and Brian, like you just said, I mean, that's what we've seen here in the first 3 days of the tournament. There's a lot of competitive games because the matchups have been good. So there's a lot of good basketball that has been played here. And you mentioned earlier, I mean, St. Joseph Hamilton, they hung on to win that game against Ocean City by 1 point, after going 3 overtimes. It was unbelievable. And that game obviously could have been won by either team.
Turned into a war of attrition with players fouling out. Ocean City shorthanded as it is with a couple of kids hurt. And that kind of hurt them with the foul trouble at the end. So it's Wildwood in white, Cumberland in orange. The officials for the game are Jared Barnes, Ron Bukunowitz, and Ed Big Game Gorski.
Another thing, as we said, we're here at the Wildwoods Convention Center, for the Boardwalk Basketball Classic. And, Cape May Tech will be playing tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. in the consolation game. Wildwood is playing Cumberland here tonight to not get in that 11:30 time slot.
Yeah, especially, when you play this late game here, now obviously you want to win the game, but that is tough to turn around and have to come back and play at 11:30 a.m. Here's the starters for both teams. For Cumberland, they've got a freshman point guard who's played well for them, DJ Mosley. And then they have junior Lucas Wiest, and then 3 seniors, Drew Nakai, Quayon Knock, and Ethan Turner. And they are coached by Billy Hocker, who's been there quite a few years. And for Wildwood, their starters, they go with 4 juniors and a freshman. The juniors are guards Junior Hans, Ryan Troiano, Jordan Fusick. Forward Harley Busham, who's really like a guard. And then the freshman is the forward Alex Daniel. And, of course, they are coached by Scott McCracken. And Billy Hocker was a longtime assistant coach at St. Joe's under our buddy Tim Gallagher for a few years, buddy, and then moved over to Cumberland. He's been here ever since. And we'll see how his Cumberland team performs tonight. They've been down a little bit. They brought a lot back, added this good freshman guard, and now they've been more competitive. They're 2-1. Wildwood here at 3-0.
Well, you know, and again, Brian, you know, as you said, Billy Hocker, he's got a lot of experience. Cumberland has a decent area to draw from, but there's a lot of competition up in that area as well. So, I mean, kids have a lot of different choices of what schools to go to. And I'm not talking about dipping into a, parochial school, but also with public schools. So, you know, as you said, he's off to that 2-1 start, and this freshman's going to be very interesting to watch.
Cumberland's got a couple of kids sick. They're non-starters, but Steven Wachensky is one of their key subs. He's not here this evening. He's ill. Cumberland is not very deep. Wildwood is certainly the deeper team. Wildwood at times will go 8 or 9 deep.
And again,
so it'll be Alex Daniel for Wildwood jumping it up against Quayon Knock. Wildwood in white moving from left to right across your video screen for this live stream. Tip is controlled by Wildwood, and Ryan Triano will bring the ball up against man-to-man defense by Cumberland. Triano goes right side to Junior Hans. Head and shoulders fake, dips in, and is fouled. That's a great play by Junior Hans to draw an early foul, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. So 12 seconds into the game. First one by Hans is good, so Wildwood takes the early lead. Wildwood is expected to try to get this game to go up and down a little bit. We'll see if Hans makes this, if they pressure. That free throw's no good. Rebound brought down by Drew Nakai of Cumberland. Outlet pass nearly stolen away, but now here comes Mosley with the basketball. Knock with it, top of the key. Wildwood in man-to-man. That's usually what they play. They will play some zone. They bounce it down low. This pass stolen away by Junior Hans. That was a bad pass. Hans to the basket. Reverse layup is short. Rebound stolen away by Ryan Triano, but it's blocked by Quayon Knock. On the shot, here's Mosley. Drives right, passes down low, kicked out. 3-ball by Wiest is good.
Yeah, and that time there was no doubt about it. Wiest had his feet set. Lucas Wiest, a 6-foot junior.
Offensive rebound by Harley Busham. Goes to Ryan Triano for 3. That's no good. Rebound is saved in bounds by Cumberland, but Wildwood comes up with it. Busham for 3. That's no good. And the rebound by Cumberland. Wildwood getting a little jump shot happy here on their last couple of possessions. Turner into the corner, backs it away. Drives and travels with it. Good help defense by Junior Hans. They doubled Turner, and he drug his pivot foot.
Well, and as Brian just said, Wildwood did a good job releasing and doubling down in their man-to-man defense, and that caused, Lucas Wiest to shuffle his feet.
Hans travels.
Right now, it's 6:11 to go here in the first quarter. Cumberland leading 3-1.
I just think Wildwood's playing too fast right now. Here's Mosley guarded by Fusick. Goes left side to Turner. Turner off a ball screen. Goes to Nakai. Now it's Turner again. Turner, an 18-footer, is short. Rebound. And a diving attempt by Lucas Wiest. And his body hit part of the end line, so it's a turnover to Wildwood. 5:47 to go in the first. And it's 3-1 Cumberland. Fusick hands off to Hans. Hans gets a ball screen from Alex Daniel. Bounces down low to Daniel, and he traveled. So Wildwood doesn't have a field goal yet. They've had 7 or 8 possessions and don't have a field goal. Here comes Mosley.
They're 0 for 7 from the floor.
With a couple of turnovers as well.
They've turned it over 3 times.
Driving to the basket, rejected by Hans, but the follow is good by Quyon Knock. And it's 5-1 Cumberland. Ryan Triano on the right. Alex Daniel reverses to Hans. He fires a 3, bang.
Well, needless to say, Wildwood needed that. Junior Hans, that was from downtown, right in front of the Cumberland bench.
So it's 5-4 Cumberland with the ball. Jumper on the way is no good. Rebound, Hans. Nice play to save it in to Ryan Troiano. Hans now on the open floor, got it up to Fusick. Baseline drive, kicks across to Busham. Busham to Troiano. Fusick for 3, no good. Off the top of the backboard. Harley Busham, the offensive rebound, got it down low to Fusick. That's not a good pass by Busham. I don't know what he thinks Fusick's going to do with that right underneath the rim. Here's Mosley. 4:15 to go first quarter. Cumberland by 1. Knock to Mosley. Mosley spins into the lane, got it down low to Knock. Layup is no good. Rebound Alex Daniel. I think Fusick did enough defensively to bother Knock there. Troiano with it. Back to Hans. Wide open for 3, but this will be way short. And Harley Busham is over the back for a foul.
Well, Brian, you had mentioned it, a couple of moments ago about Wildwood playing a little too fast. Coming down, not running or working the ball offensively. And there was a case in point right there.
Sophomore Brian Kniff into the game for Harley Busham for Wildwood. It's the first sub for either team. And we have an illegal screen called. Against Cumberland. Drew Nakai picked up the foul. 5-4 Cumberland. Here's Hans. Up top to Fusick. Hans again. Wildwood resets. Ball screen coming. Hans takes it to the right, finds a seam and gets fouled. He does that very well, buddy. He draws fouls as well as anyone in our area. And this will be his second trip to the line.
Yeah, and that time, as you said, Hans did a good job with that dribble drive on the right side.
First free throw is good. He's 2 for 3 from the line. He's got all of Wildwood's 5. And let's see if Hans makes this basket here. Let's Anthony Freeman checks in for Wildwood. Second one is good. And Wildwood will show some pressure here. Mosley doubled, steps through it, loses it, picked up by Freeman. Freeman driving, kicks to Hans. And now Wildwood will reset its offense. Triano to Hans on the right. Alex Daniel, he fires a 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Wiest of Cumberland. Wildwood up 6-5. Turner to Wiest. Mosley now, picked up by Freeman. Wiest. Cross court to Knock, and he travels. Good defensive set there for Wildwood.
Well, they did a good job in closing down passing lanes and moving their feet, not being overly aggressive where they put themselves in the position to commit a foul.
Troiano will walk it up with Wildwood holding a 1-point lead. Bounces to Freeman at the elbow, back to Troiano. Up top to Hans. Thought about a three, then backs it away. Troiano to Daniel, now it's Hans again. Kniff rips through, spins at the top of the key, goes to Ryan Troiano. Freeman to Hans. Cumberland player gambled. Kniff down low to Freeman, good pass, layup is good.
Well, that time Freeman gave it up to Kniff and then cut to the basket, and then Kniff gave it back to him for a wide open bucket on the right side of the rim.
Wildwood an 8-5 lead. They've actually scored 7 straight. There's a loose ball picked up by Wildwood, outletted to Hans. Hans to the basket, and the layup is good.
Well, that time Junior Hans got the good angle, and he was able to beat his man off the dribble and go up clean and use the glass and lay it in.
Here's another steal by Wildwood, and then a foul go on Mosley. Marcus Fortune, sophomore, is in the game for Cumberland.
And that's going to be
Jordan Fusick for Wildwood replaces Alex Daniel.
and if the fourth team foul against the Colts, and Mosley picks up his first.
50 seconds to go in the period. Wildwood by 5. Wildwood spreading the floor here. $30 seconds to go. Here's Fusick. 20 seconds. 15 seconds to go now. Wildwood looks like they're ready to run an offensive set. Right side to Hans. Hans into the paint, and he's bumped and fouled. They say this foul's on the floor. Wildwood will have a chance to inbound with 8 seconds to play in the period.
Well, and that is the correct call, because the contact was drawn as Hans was driving to the lane. It's the 5th team foul, and that foul was on Lucas Weist.
Inbounds pass was tipped, but Wildwood will retain. Troiano to trigger it. Got it to Hans. Hans for 3.
And wow, that was
3 seconds to go in the period, and that's going to give Wildwood a 13-5 lead at the end of 1.
And that was from distance, to say the least. Junior Hans shot that one from the tram car path.
Yeah, that was a deep 3 for Junior Hans there. And Wildwood actually scores the last 12 of the period after they were down 5-1 to start the game. Stop by the Dogtooth Bar and Grill on Taylor and New Jersey Avenue in Wildwood for good food, good beer, and great times. And great celebrity appearances, too. You may see Buddy Tarbotton in there. You know, he's on the payroll.
Yeah,
Steaks, shakes, and cakes at Gateway Courthouse for a great sandwich and dessert. Be sure to remember their specialty cakes and wings. Let them make your taste buds happy. The Wildwood Recreation Department is a proud supporter of Wildwood High School basketball. Be sure to stop by the Wildwood Rec weekdays, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and weekends, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So kind of a sluggish start for Wildwood, but they go on a 12-0 run to end the period.
well, it was a very sluggish start. And then all of a sudden the infusion, the energy level picked up.
And Junior Hans right now, buddy, has 11 of Wildwood's 13 points.
Well, as soon as, Coach McCracken went to his bench, and he brings in Brian Kniff, and he brings in Anthony Freeman, and then the energy level went up.
Turner, a drive, and he lays it in. They caught Wildwood sleeping right off the inbound. As well as they played defensively over the last 4 minutes of the first quarter, then you give that up. Fusick for three, that's no good. Rebound brought down by Cumberland. Mosley trying to run. Mosley to the basket, kicks. Turner's jumper is short. Good box out by Fusick. Ryan Troiano trying to push. Backs it away, as he didn't have numbers. Hans with the basketball. Off a ball screen from Daniel. Fires a three, that's short. Rebound brought down by Turner. Turner outlets. Driving is Nakai, shut off by Alex Daniel. In the corner, three ball on the way is short. Good box out by Ryan Troiano. Allows Junior Hans to get the floorboard. He's got a lane to the basket, and the layup is good. Mosley pushing for Cumberland, stops at the top of the key. It's swung over for a three ball. That is good.
That was
By Ethan Turner.
nothing but the bottom of the net by Turner.
And
He
it's
was open, Brian, and he got a good look, and he nailed it.
15-10. Wildwood on top. Bad pass stolen by Turner. Turner will go to the basket and lay it in. Turner has scored all 7 points for Cumberland in this period, and now it's a 3-point game. Troiano to Hans. Shut off on the baseline drive, got it to Fusick, kicked in the corner. Hans for three, way short. Rebound brought down by Turner and tipped away by Fusick. Oh, not a good play by Daniel. Saved it in bounds right underneath his own basket, and laying it in is Knock. Well, Cumberland's on a 9-2 run to start the second quarter.
And that's a typical freshman type move there. You got to understand where you're at when you're going to make that, try and save that basketball. You never want to throw it in under the basket of the team you're playing.
Not a bad pass. Stolen away by Knock. Knock will go to the basket and lay it in. Timeout Wildwood. And Cumberland has cut this to a 1-point game after Wildwood led 13-5 at the start of the second quarter. So it's 15-14, Wildwood on top. Stop by the Inlet in North Wildwood for all-day happy hour, Monday through Friday. They also have lunch specials at $7.95 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's the Inlet in North Wildwood. Cleanse White Pools is now fully restocked on spas, and they are going fast. Stop by Cleanse White on Route 9 in Rio Grande to secure your spa today. The Schickling family and Revolution Liquors wish the best of luck to the Wildwood Warriors this upcoming season.
Well, you know, Brian, Wildwood was, as they closed that first quarter, very strong. And then they come out here in this second quarter, and then Cumberland takes it right back at them.
The one thing I'm noticing, buddy, is that Cumberland is really starting to press up on Wildwood defensively, man-to-man, and that caused a couple of those turnovers.
Well, they've turned it over 6 times in the first half. 4 quick turnovers right here to start the second quarter. Plus, Brian, they're 4 for 17 from the floor. They're 2 for 7 inside the arc, and they're 2 for 10 from beyond. The majority of those shots, half of them taken by Junior Hans, who's 2 of 5.
Freeman and Kniff back in for Wildwood. Here's Kniff, a baseline drive. His floater's no good. Rebound brought down by Cumberland. Pushing is Nakai. Nakai goes up top to DJ Mosley. Mosley hands off to Turner. Turner drives, kicks, knock for 3, no good. Rebound Hans, and he's fouled.
Fouls on Ethan Turner, that is his first, team 6.
Foul on Turner. Next foul by Cumberland will send Wildwood to the line.
Yeah, and there's just under 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. So Wildwood's going to really want to take advantage of that, Brian.
Hans on the wing. Shut off. Goes over to Fusick. Fusick for 3. This is no good. Way off. He has not shot the basketball well this season, and he's normally a sharpshooter. Weiss to Mosley. 3 ball on the way is no good. Rebound to Fusick. That was Turner on the miss. Fusick with the basketball, calling for a ball screen from Daniel. Gets it, takes it, jump stop, great jump stop. Freeman's shot blocked. Wow, a lot of contact there and no foul.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact there. I mean, literally, Freeman got knocked to the ground.
Wildwood 2 inbound.
16-15,
Hines for
Cumberland.
3, no good. Rebound goes off of Cumberland and out of bounds.
Again, it's 16-15, Cumberland on top. 4:14 to play here in the second quarter.
Fusick in the corner. Drives, floater, got it. And maybe that'll get Jordan Fusick going. That's smart on his part. Can't get the 3 ball going. Let me see what happens if I take it to the basket. Wildwood by 1. Turner shut off, now drives, turns, kicks it out. 3 ball in the way is no good. Rebound Freeman. Hans trots it up for Wildwood. Goes to Fusick. Fusick stops, goes to Freeman. Freeman back to Fusick. Wildwood resets. Wildwood by 1. Now, Fusick might have been open for 3 if Alex Daniel put a little mustard on that pass.
That ball needed to be reversed
quickly. He kind of lobbed it, and the defense was able to get back into the play. Hans an air ball on a baseline jumper. Here comes Mosley. Into the lane, Mosley to the basket, and he's fouled by Fusick.
And that's just going to be the second team foul against Wildwood. Jordan Fusick, he picks up his first.
Cumberland trailing by 1. Mosley down the lane, kicks. Driving is Turner. Shot up no good. Rebound Alex Daniel. Daniel did a great job of walling up defensively there. Kniff baseline drive, jump stop. Got it to Fusick. Might have gotten away with a walk. Then he got his shot blocked anyway. And Cumberland has the basketball. Nakai kicks. Wiest for 3. No good. Rebound to Freeman. Hans, baseline drive to the basket. No good. Long rebound brought out to Wiest. He drives, goes to the basket, and his layup is good.
I'll tell you what, this Cumberland team, you know, Brian, you can really see they do a lot of good things. They take their time offensively. They move the ball well.
Well, you know, they're helped right now by a Wildwood team that's just not taking good shots. Daniel to the basket, got it in a foul.
And that was a big bucket because Wildwood had fallen behind 19-16, and Daniel just made a good, strong move into the lane. That was like a 5-6 foot shot where he just used that strength that he has.
Wildwood by 1, 1:59 to go in the second quarter. Daniel's free throw is no good. Here's Mosley running. Mosley into the lane. That's an offensive foul. Great take by Anthony Freeman. Mosley needed to pull up at the top of the lane and take that little jumper there.
Well, again, Brian, as you said, DJ Mosley is a freshman, and that was definitely a freshman mistake. He over-dribbled, tried to get somewhere where there was nothing, and Freeman did a great job stepping up and taking that charge.
Hans with the basketball. It's a ball screen from Lance Lillo, and it's an illegal screen. Well, that's a foul. You know, and the screen he set was good, buddy, but then when Hans went by him, Lillo opened up and swung his arm and held the player off, and that's what made it an illegal screen.
Fouls on Lance Lillo. That's his first, team's third.
Turner on the left. Puts the ball on the floor into the paint. Kicks out to Fortune. Mosley to Fortune for three. That's an air ball. Knocked the rebound and lays it in.
And again, that time, Quayon Knock, he was in the right spot at the right time and picks up that offensive rebound.
Hans with the basketball. Wildwood trailing by one with a minute to play in the half. Triano, Kniff driving to the basket. A lot of contact, nothing there. Mosley the rebound. Mosley, right elbow jumper, off the iron, no good. Hans the rebound, 45 seconds to play in the half. Hans trying to run. Hans steps around the man, no good. Rebound, Freeman, kicks it out. Kniff a drive, kicks across to Hans. Hans for three, short. Rebound brought down by Wiest. 25 seconds to go. Cumberland might want to hold for one.
Well, again, Brian, that wasn't a good shot that time by Junior Hans either. You can get that type of shot anytime you want, and you don't want it right there, especially when you're down one. Possession arrow in your favor.
Fortune throws it away. Good hard defense there by Junior Hans. Fortune had slipped, and he had to throw it to prevent a traveling violation, and he threw it away. 4.8 to go. Let's see what Wildwood can get here. Hans gets it to Fusick. Fusick has time, pulls up for three, no good. And at the end of the first half, a good first quarter for Wildwood, a good second quarter by Cumberland, and Cumberland takes a 20-19 lead into halftime. We're going to step away for a bit, and we'll come back right before the start of the second half on this live video stream on the Coast Sports Today Facebook page. All right, back at the Wildwoods Convention Center, Brian Kniff with Buddy Tarbotten at the half. Bernie McCracken Memorial Boys Bracket. Cumberland leading Wildwood 20-19. It was a tale of two quarters. Wildwood outscored Cumberland 13-5 in the first. Cumberland outscored Wildwood 15-6 in the second. And your scoring, Cumberland's got much more balance. Quyon Knock with 8. Ethan Turner 7. Lucas Wiest with 5. Junior Hans has 13 for Wildwood, and then just 2 apiece for Jordan Fusick, Alex Daniel, and Anthony Freeman. 20-19, Cumberland leads. Winner of this game plays Mast Charter of Philadelphia tomorrow night for the bracket title game at 7:30. The loser of this game will play Cape May Tech at 11:30 tomorrow morning in the consolation game.
You know, Brian, Jordan Hans, yeah, he had 13. He also took 13 shots. He shot 4 of 13 from the floor, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. And he was 3 or 4 from the foul line. But as a team, let's go to Cumberland first since they're winning. They shot 6 for 20 from the floor, 6 for 14 inside the arc, 2 for 6 from beyond. They had 9 rebounds as a team, 7 defensive, 2 offensive. They did not get to the foul line, but a key number, they only turned it over 4 times. Now Wildwood, on the other hand, Cumberland got 20 shots. Wildwood got off 29 shots. They shot 7 for 29 from the floor, 5 for 15 inside the arc, 2 for 14 from beyond. They had 14 rebounds.
That's just too many three-point attempts.
They had 14 rebounds, 10 defensive, 4 offensive. They were 3 of 5 from the charity stripe, and they turned it over 7 times.
Hans with the basketball in the wing, gets a ball screen from Busham, kicks back to Busham for 3. Short, rebound brought down by Alex Daniel, though, on the weak side. Daniel drives to the basket, no good on the layup. Rebound to Knock, and Knock hands it off to Mosley. Mosley, that's an offensive foul. That's a good call by the official. Alex Daniel kind of ran into his path, and Mosley stuck his hand into Daniel's back and pushed him. It was unnecessary because Daniel really wasn't guarding him. He was kind of just running back.
Well, and also, Brian, that's DJ Mosley's 3rd personal foul.
And he's the starting point guard for Cumberland. Hans on the wing, hands off to Fusick. Fusick a drive to the basket, layup is good.
Well,
hey, he had a second gear there after that initial dribble, buddy, and he blew by his man and got to the rim. Wildwood by 1.
And that's what Wildwood needs to do, and they need to do more of.
Ahmed Smith-Taylor in the starting lineup for the second half for Cumberland. Here's a shot up short. Daniel the rebound. Tried to outlet it, dropped the basketball, and it's going to go off of Wildwood and out of bounds.
$7:01 to play, 3rd quarter. Wildwood on top, 21-20.
Inbound pass tipped out of bounds by Ryan Troiano.
But again, Brian, they're the type of turnovers Wildwood cannot afford. They need to take care of the basketball, do a better job, and obviously their shot selection in this quarter has got to be a heck of a lot.
Steal by Jordan Fusick. Fusick to the basket, layup is good. Jordan Fusick giving Wildwood a spark here at the start of the 3rd quarter. He's got 6. 4 in the period, Wildwood by 3. Wildwood. And we have a timeout called by Cumberland. Wildwood came out trying to pressure the ball there. Cumberland calls a timeout to try to stop the little momentum that Wildwood has gotten to start the second half. The North Wildwood Recreation Department will begin its Buckets Basketball Clinic on Saturday, January 6th. That's open for boys and girls in kindergarten through 3rd grade. Register online now at northwildwood.com. At Salty Pets and Cape May Courthouse, they treat your pups as if they were their own. Stop in for food, supplies, and a dog self-wash station. Jersey Shore Kitchens is proud to support all Cape May County schools and athletes. Jersey Shore Kitchens, they've been proudly serving the county for the past 25 years. Turn your dreams into reality today at Jersey Shore Kitchens. So a pretty good start to the 3rd quarter for Wildwood, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And this is what they need to continue to do. Pressure the ball, try and make some things happen on their pressure, and then get those easy baskets like Jordan Fusick just did. He took the ball to the hole twice and scored.
Mosley with the basketball. Holding against Fusick. Takes it to the right. Now it's Knock on the wing. Mosley again. Mosley kicks. Smith in the corner. Smith-Taylor. Shot up is short. Rebound comes back to Mosley, though. He's doubled, steps through it, but is fouled. Oh. And Mosley, after the play, got away with a little shove into Jordan Fusick's chest.
Fouls on Ryan Triano. That is his first, team's first.
And while, Ryan Triano gets whistled for that foul, and that was his first team foul here in the second half against the Warriors.
There's Mosley, goes to Knock. Knock driving into the lane. Good jump stop. Couldn't finish, though. Alex Daniel, the rebound for Wildwood. Here comes Fusick. Right side to Hans. Stops, goes in the corner to Ryan Triano. Back to Hans. A deep three. Short. Hans saves the rebound right to Ryan Triano. Double clutches, and his short baseline jumper is good.
And that's the first points of the game for Ryan Triano, Brian.
Knock into the lane, drives, traveled, got away with it, kicks it out for three, no good. Rebound Cumberland. Driving is Turner, floater no good, rebound Alex Daniel. Got it to Fusick, center of the floor to Triano. He brings it up across the division line, drives to the basket, and is fouled. And I think this is going to go on Turner.
And that's who they whistle the foul on, number 10, Ethan Turner, 6'1" senior guard.
Ethan Turner, that is his second, team second.
That's his second, Brian, team second.
5:17 to go in the third. Wildwood by 5. They have the basketball. Ryan Triano having trouble. Throws it out high to Harley Busham. Now here's Fusick. Off a ball screen from Daniel. Takes it to the right. Goes to Alex Daniel. He puts it on the floor. His 18-footer is no good. That's really not a good shot.
Again,
Here comes Mosley.
that's another one of them shots you can get any time.
3 ball on the way is good by Drew Nakai. That's his first basket of the game.
It's only
You
his,
take a bad shot down one end and you give up a 3 down the other.
well, and that is Nakai's first points of the game and only the second
Fusick,
shot.
a deep 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound Harley Busham. Gets it back to Fusick, they'll reset. Hans, left side to Fusick. Puts it on the floor. Got it to Daniel. Daniel to Hans again. Ryan Triano now. Alex Daniel, baseline drive to the basket. Layup is good. Alex Daniel, if he gets a step on that left side, he's lethal. Such a wide body with the good left-handed touch. Wildwood by 4.
And Crayon Knock, he flopped and then looked at the official to bail him out.
Nakai for 3 again. Bang. That's 2 in a row for Drew Nakai, and now it's just a 1-point game again. Wildwood on top with the basketball. 3:50 to go in the third. Fusick on the right. Goes to Daniel. Swung over to Ryan Triano. Fakes, drives, layup. No good but a foul, and that's going to be the 4th on Mosley, I believe, buddy.
Well, if that's who they called on and that's who the officials has, DJ Mosley, as Brian just said, the freshman point guard picks up his 4th personal foul.
Ryan Triano at the line.
Oh,
I think the PA announcer said 3.
no, he said 4.
Okay.
Team's third. Triano misses the first foul shot. So, Marcus Fortune has to come in for Cumberland.
Yep. Coach Hocker
Triano rattles home the second.
has to sub Mosley out.
Wildwood by 2. They're pressuring here. They're going to throw it deep. It's going to go too far and out of bounds. Trying to save it in was Turner. It's a good move by Wildwood here, as Cumberland's without their point guard, so they're going to try to turn up the defensive pressure.
And that's the second turnover here in the second half. Cumberland's only turned it over a total of 6 times, but as Brian said, now is really the time for Coach Scott McCracken to turn up that pressure.
Hans with the basketball. Fusick. Hans drives into the paint, kicks. Troiano for 3. And actually, we have a whistle before that, a blocking foul on Cumberland.
Basil Lucas Weiss, that is his third, team's fourth.
And Weiss picks up that third personal foul to 6
Yeah,
foot
Cumberland's got
junior.
players in foul trouble big time. Hans on the wing, kicks to Fusick. Fusick drives, shut off, goes to Hans. Hans goes around a man, pulls up at the foul line, lost the basketball, got it back, goes to Fusick. Fusick for 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Weist. Driving is Turner to the basket, short. Rebound will go off of Cumberland. No, they're going to say off of Wildwood and out of bounds. Freeman didn't like the call, but you know what, buddy? We talk about this all the time. If you have an opportunity to pick up a loose basketball, you do it. You don't leave it up to the official. Turner, jump hook, got it.
Absolutely. And that time Ethan Turner drives the lane.
We're tied at 28.
And Wildwood continues to shoot that 3 ball, Brian. They are now.
Troiano to the right. Kicks to Hans. Hans holds and brings it back out. 2.5 to go in the third. We're tied at 28.
They're now 2 of 18 from beyond the arc.
Hans on the left. Pulls up, lost the handle on the way up. Turnover. Outlet pass to Knock. Knock might have gotten away with a walk there. Now loses the dribble. Goes to Weist. Cross court pass. Nakai for 3. He's been hot, no good. Rebound off of Wildwood and out of bounds.
That was a good skip pass that time by Cumberland.
Well, buddy, Wildwood's problem is, they're almost acting like there's a shot clock in this game. Yeah, they're just jacking threes at a ridiculous rate. Knock in the corner. Brought up high to Fortune. Nakai to Fortune again. Kick the cross, 3-ball Weist, got it.
Wow. And there's patience. That's exactly what Brian was talking about that Wildwood's not doing. Cumberland took their time, worked the ball around, found the 3-point shooter on the right side, wide open beyond the arc, and he buries the 3-ball.
Fusick to Freeman, swung over to Ryan Troiano. Bad pass, stolen away, going to the basket, and being fouled is Naheem Cabarrus. And he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
And that foul is going to be on Junior Hans. That's his first.
Junior Hans, that is his first, team second.
Just the second team foul in the second half.
That's actually a really good foul to prevent a wide open layup.
Naheem Cabarrus at the line.
Make Cabarrus earn it at the line. First one is good.
Cabarrus is a 6'3" junior. And that's the first free throw of the basketball game for the Cumberland Colts, Brian.
Right. Second free throw. Wow, got a great bounce there. Wildwood wants a timeout. Cumberland has matched its largest lead at 5 with at 33-28 with 1:26 to go
You mean
in the third quarter.
you didn't admire the back spin in the rotation on that free throw?
Not necessarily. Lucky Bones in Cape May proudly supports all the athletes in Cape May County. Stop at Lucky Bones for great food with great friends. That's Lucky Bones at the foot of the bridge in Cape May. Crest Savings Bank, banking since 1919 with branches to serve you throughout Cape May County. Visit crestsavings.com. Hemingway's at the Grand in Cape May is the locals' favorite restaurant for lunch or dinner. That's Hemingway's, oceanfront on Beach Avenue in Cape May. You can follow them on Facebook. Bal Harbor Hotel is a proud supporter of our local schools and would like to wish all the athletes and coaches the best of luck this season. BalHarborHotels.com. Troiano and Sons are a proud sponsor of the Wildwood basketball teams. Whether you need masonry work, stone pavers, concrete, or more, 522-3355 for a free estimate. So it's a 13-3 run by Cumberland here after Wildwood has scored the first 6 of the third quarter.
And Cumberland, Brian, they've done a good job, one, defensively, limiting Wildwood to one shot. They've been rebounding well, and then when they come down here on the offensive end, they've been patient and getting good shots.
Cumberland showing pressure now. Hans back to Troiano, up to Fusick. Alex Daniels back in the game for Wildwood. Troiano got it to Hans. Hans up the right side, stops, goes to Daniel. Daniel down the lane, lost it, picks it up, shovels it off to Freeman nicely. He's fouled. Freeman might have done well a pump fake there, but he may have been able to get his man in the air and then maybe get an and one out of it. But he will go to the line for 2.
Well, at least one thing he did, he didn't put the ball on the floor.
Right.
And he did make a strong move and draws that foul.
First free throw, no good. Wildwood has made only one of their last 4 free throw attempts. Second one is short. But Freeman gets his own rebound, goes to the basket. Layup is good. That rebound bounced right back to Freeman, and he ends up getting 2 points anyway. Hans a steal on the inbound, and the layup is good. Timeout Cumberland. And it's a 33-32 lead now for the Colts with 55 seconds to go in the third quarter as Wildwood gets 4 straight there using their pressure.
And Wildwood really needed that defensive spurt. I mean, that's an understatement. They were able to get those, Freeman gets off of his missed free throw. He gets the ball, comes right back to him, takes it strong to the hole, lays it in. Then Hans comes up with that steal on the ensuing inbound and lays it up and in.
Stop by the Dogtooth Bar and Grill in Taylor, New Jersey, in Wildwood for great food, good beer, and good times. Steaks, shakes, and cakes in Cape May Courthouse for a great sandwich and dessert. Be sure to remember their specialty cakes and wings. Let them make your taste buds happy. Wildwood showing pressure again. Cumberland gets it into Fortune. Fortune up the right side in the corner. Driving, stripped, was Cabarrus by Alex Daniel. Here's Jordan Fusick up the left side. Fusick down the lane and is fouled. He had a man riding him, that was Turner, and Fusick will go to the line for 2 shots.
And Jordan Fusick felt that the entire drive on the left side. He knew he really didn't have a good lane to shoot the ball, but he knew he had a good opportunity to draw that foul.
Fusick's first is good. He has 7 in the game, 5 in this third quarter. We're tied at 33. 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Fusick, second of 2 free throws. That's no good. Rebound brought down by Wiest. Wiest trying to dribble through a double team, takes it up the left and dribbles it off his foot and out of bounds. So the pressure causes the turnover. James Wires into the game for Wildwood here. Harley Busham also returns. Wires, this is his first action. 33 seconds to go in the quarter.
Now the possession arrow is in Cumberland's favor to start the fourth quarter.
Troiano left side. Backs it away.
15 seconds.
Hans with it now in the corner to
Under
Busham.
10.
This is a set play that they run. They're going to get Hans free for a screen. No, Troiano takes it to the wing in the corner. Busham fakes. Now fires a 3, short. as the buzzer sounds. But Wildwood finishes with a little 6-0 spurt, or 5-0 spurt, excuse me, to tie the game at 33 as we head to the fourth quarter. High school basketball on the coast brought to you by the Wildwood Recreation Department. Be sure to come by the Wildwood Rec weekdays, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and weekends, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by the Inlet North Wildwood for all-day happy hour Monday through Friday. They also have lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 4 for just $7.95. That's the Inlet North Wildwood. Cleanse White Pools is now fully restocked on spas, and they are going fast. Stop by Cleanse White on Route 9 in Rio Grande to secure your spa today. The Schickling family and Revolution Liquors wish the best of luck to the Wildwood Warriors this upcoming season. At Salty Pets and Cape May Courthouse, they treat your pups as if they were their own. Stop in for food, supplies, and a dog self-wash station. So we go to the fourth, tied at 33, buddy.
And again, Brian, it's going to be very important to see how the Warriors come out and play the first 2 minutes. They have got to take the momentum back. They have got to make good decisions. And that means the shot selection's got to get a lot better, and they have to handle the basketball.
You know, Cumberland has actually hit 3 threes in that third quarter. They have 5 for the game. We're tied at 33 as we start the fourth. Wiest goes to Fortune. Wiest the dribble drive baseline, shut off nicely by Harley Busham. Turner, right elbow jumper, got it. Cumberland back up 2.
I tell you what, that was a tough shot, and that was a very good shot by Ethan Turner.
Hans on the right. Bounces in the post to Daniel. Daniel dips in. Blocked by Knock. Knock running. Got it ahead. Turner's layup is good. Cumberland now by 4. Fusick back to Hans. It's really been a game of runs. Hans again on the left. Drives to the basket. A lot of contact, no foul. And they're going to say that the Cumberland player who rebounded the basketball stepped on the end line. So Wildwood will have it. Triano to inbound. Lobs it out high to Hans. Right side to Fusick. Open for 3. Short. Rebound to Triano. Had trouble picking up the basketball, and now it's Cumberland running, but they're going to throw the ball out of bounds. Knock threw it way too far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was not a good decision by the Colts. So Wildwood catches a break there. Now they need to start to take advantage.
Fusick left side. Boy, Wildwood doesn't even know what they're running right now. Fusick brings it back out. Hands off to Hans. Hans on the left. Goes to Triano. Fusick now on the right side. Goes to Hans. Deep 3. Oh, that is a horrific shot by Wildwood right there. Here comes Turner across the timeline. Mackay for 3. In and out. He's made a couple in the third quarter. That might have been a little too deep for him. Fusick drives, kicks across. Ryan Triano for 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound battled for, and Knock traveled with it. Ryan Triano came into his path, and Knock slipped and fell. And Wildwood will have it. Freeman and Kniff back in for Wildwood.
5:47 to play here in this basketball game. Wildwood has yet to score here in the fourth quarter. They trail by 4, 37-33. At the end of 3, we were tied at 33.
They've been doing some things off their pressure, but they can't pressure if they can't score. Fusick, no good. Rebound Freeman, and he's fouled. So Freeman, who has 4 points off the bench, but he's 0 for 2 from the line, will go to the line for 2 shots.
Fouls on Drew Nakai, that it's his
See if he makes the adjustment, buddy. He was way short on his 2 free throw attempts in the third quarter. Well, he hasn't, because he airballed that one.
Anthony Freeman at the line to shoot one more shot.
And that last personal foul against Cumberland, Brian, that was on Drew Nakai, and that was his 4th.
You know, that's the 7th on Cumberland, so Wildwood's going to shoot free throws the rest of the game. Second by Freeman, no good. Fusick the rebound, but lost it. Pushing is Wiest. He loses the basketball, and we're going to have a jump ball possession to Wildwood.
And that turns into the 4th turnover in this quarter against Cumberland. So Wildwood hasn't even been able to take advantage of that. Again, 5:24 to play. Cumberland 37, Wildwood 33. The Warriors yet to score in this 4th period.
Troiano brings it up. Right side to Hans. Baseline drive to the basket. Missed the layup. Rebound brought down by Turner. Turner into the paint. Foul line jumper. No good. Rebound knock. Layup is good. Cumberland by 6.
And nobody got a body on Quayan Knock, and he just went right hard to the glass, got that offensive rebound, laid it right back in.
Ryan Troiano, wild shot. Rebound goes off of Cumberland and out of bounds. Alex Daniel into the game.
39-33, 4:47 to play. Wildwood trailing by 6.
This is Cumberland's largest lead. Fusick, a deep 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Cumberland. Driving and laying it up and in is Turner. Cumberland by 8. And now, looks like Junior Hans is going to have to go out of the game. He may have blood on his leg.
Ethan Turner, Brian, is now 7 of 12 from the floor inside the arc. He's 1 for 1 from beyond. And he has really been a handful, the 6'1 senior guard for the Warriors.
Fusick with it. Off a ball screen from Daniel. Takes it left. Lost the handle, double dribbled. Hans will come back in. Replaces Freeman.
Wildwood trails by 8.
4:21 to go.
It's 41-33. Cumberland has the ball.
Wiest throws it into Turner. Turner running for Cumberland. Turner down the lane, and he's fouled by Hans.
And that is going to be the second personal foul.
Fouls on Junior Hans, that's his second team's third.
Second personal on Junior Hans' 3rd team foul against Wildwood here in this second half.
Cumberland has to call timeout. They had a little trouble getting the ball inbounds. They lead 41-33 with 4:16 to go in the 4th quarter.
Well, Brian, here we are. We're going into another situation. When you look up at that scoreboard, Wildwood has just 3 team fouls. They're down 8, 4:16 to play. So at some point, they got to start committing some fouls, going for steals, so they can at least get Cumberland close if need be to the 1-and-1.
North Wildwood Recreation Department will begin its Buckets basketball clinic on Saturday, January 6th for children in kindergarten through 3rd grade. Register online now at northwildwood.com. Jersey Shore Kitchens is proud to support all Cape May County schools and athletes. They've been proudly serving the county for the past 25 years. That's Jersey Shore Kitchens. Cumberland to inbound. They get it into Nakai. Up top to Mosley, who just checked in with 4 fouls, and he travels.
Well, again, freshman, where are you going? Yeah, he's going to try and put the ball on the floor and drive against, 4 defenders. There was no need for that. You're winning by 8 points. Set up your offense, work the ball around, but Wildwood will sure take it.
Hans on the left gets a ball screen into the lane, off the glass, and good. 6-point game. Inbounding is Cumberland. Got it to Knock. Knock will push. Knock to the basket. Layup is good.
Wow, what a strong move by Knock. He now has 10 points, Brian. He's 5 for 7 from the floor.
Fusick with the basketball. Left side to Kniff. Holds, goes back to Busham. Swung to Fusick. Fusick holds. Got it to Daniel. To Hans. Baseline drive, that's a foul on Turner. And Hans will go to the line for a 1-and-1 here.
Foul is on Ethan Turner. That's his 4th. Team is over the limit.
And
Wildwood is just 2 for 8 from the line in this second half, though, buddy.
Well, and Ethan Turner, Brian, he picks up his 4th foul. So now Drew Nakai, he's got 4, and Turner's got 4,
So does Mosley.
and Mosley with 4.
Hans misses the foul shot. Knock the rebound for Cumberland. Mosley pulls up, no good. Rebound brought down by Knock, and he's fouled. .3:11 to go.
Fouls on John Hines. It's his 3rd. Team's 4th.
And Cumberland will inbound. Turner pulls up, got it.
I'll tell you what, Brian, he is tough. The sooner they can get that 5th foul on him and get him out of the game, that's the only way they're going to be able to defend him.
Cumberland by 10, there's less than 3 minutes to go. Hans off of Freeman's screen. Drives, layup is good.
Junior Hines puts it up and in.
Cumberland outlets, thrown away by Wires. Wires hands off to Freeman. Guard's got to come get the basketball from these two. And now here's Hans on the right side. Goes back out to Troiano. To Hans again, to Troiano. Off a ball screen. 17-footer is way short. Outletting. Turn to the basket, no good. Rebound goes off of Cumberland and out of bounds. Troiano did a good job trying to step in to take a charge there. He hurt his shoulder, but he popped right up. Cumberland by 8, 2:10 to go. Troiano goes to Fusick. Fusick holding. Got it to Hans. Hans in the corner. Back to Fusick. A deep 3. That's no good. Off to the left.
Minutes remaining in the game, under 2 minutes.
Here's Turner. Doubled. Bounces to Mosley. Mosley down the lane. Lays it off to Knock, who lays it up and in.
I'll tell you what, that was a good move by the freshman.
Back to
Can't do a jump stop, Brian. Then he found Knock.
Back to a 10-point lead. Hans to the basket. Layup is good. Wildwood calls timeout.
Timeout, Wildwood.
1:31 to go. 47-39, Cumberland on top. And they will have the basketball. They will be inbounding underneath their basket. Wildwood has committed just the 4 team fouls, Brian. We talked about that a couple moments ago. You know, you got to be aware when you're losing of what the team fouls, where they're at, and you have to get them closer to where you're going to be able to put the team you're trailing on the line.
Yeah, so 1:31 to go, and Wildwood's going to have to start gambling.
Although Cumberland is shooting perfect from the free throw line tonight. They're 2 for 2.
Yeah, and Wildwood is 2 for 9 in this second half.
And they're 5 of 14 for the game, Brian.
They're going to throw it deep. Caught by Knock. Knock got it down low to Turner. Reverse layup is good. I don't know how you're Wildwood you allow that. I don't know how two people can get behind you. Hans to the basket. Shut off. Got it to Daniel. Shoves off to Freeman. Misses the layup. Got his own rebound. No good but a foul.
He got his own rebound, but he got away with a walk right down there after he missed his initial layup, came up with the offensive rebound, and literally moved from right to left without putting the ball on the floor.
That's Nakai's fifth, so he's out of the game. 1:12 to go, Cumberland by 10. Freeman at the line. He hasn't even been close on any of his attempts tonight, and that one's no good. He's 0 for 5. Fusick into the game for Alex Daniel. Freeman second. He finally knocks one down. It's a 9-point game. Cumberland to inbound. They get it into Mosley. Mosley to Weiss. Back to Mosley. Stolen away by Fusick. Got it up to Hans. Hans will lay it in. Timeout Wildwood. 7-point game, 59 seconds to go. 49-42, Cumberland on top. And
Hans is 7 for 13 from the floor inside the arc. He's made his last 4 buckets, but they've all been layups, shots inside.
Yeah, he has 8 of Wildwood's 9 points here in the fourth quarter.
And Brian, he's 2 for 9 from beyond the arc.
And he's actually got 23 of Wildwood's 42.
So he has not made a three-pointer since the first quarter. So he is 9 for 22 from the floor overall.
And Cumberland trying to get it in. They lob it to Mosley. Mosley throws it ahead. Stolen away by Hans. Hans to the basket. Layup short. Rebound Freeman. Lost it, and it's out of bounds off of Cumberland.
Tell you what, Wildwood got a big break right there. A big break.
I think they're saying that the ball went off of Cumberland, hit the end line before Hans knocked it out of bounds, and that's why Wildwood's getting it. I'm assuming that's what the call was. Here's Hans, a deep three. Air ball, rebound to Turner. Turner is fouled by Daniel. Yeah, that's a three you don't need right there, buddy. You just go to the basket.
Absolutely.
That's only the 5th foul on Wildwood, so Cumberland will inbound with 44 seconds to go.
You know, go to the basket, try and get fouled, stop the clock, and get on the foul line.
They get it, a near steal by Troiano, but a foul is called. As he fouls Turner, it's the 6th on Wildwood. So the next foul will send Cumberland to the line. And if I'm Wildwood, I try to deny Turner the ball. And a timeout is called by Cumberland.
Tell you what, that was a good move by Turner to get himself over.
Well, I was about to say, buddy, you know, on this sideline inbound play, I might not even guard the inbounder, and I double-team Turner. But 43 seconds to go, Cumberland by 7. You know, Wildwood needs a lot to go right here for themselves late in this game, but they're poor shooting at the free throw line, number 1, and then really atrocious shooting from three-point range. and some of the reason for the poor shooting from three-point range is because they simply haven't taken many good shots from that distance.
They're 2 for 25 from beyond the arc. They haven't made a three since the first quarter. And the only player that has made a three is Junior Hans. He made 2. So, yeah, their shot selection has just been, it's been horrific.
So here's Cumberland to inbound. And they get it into Mosley, who is fouled. And Mosley has not scored in this game, so obviously this is his first trip to the foul line. 41.9 seconds to go.
And that will be the 7th team foul on the Warriors. So that puts Mosley on the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And as Brian said, he has yet to score in this game tonight.
Free throw is, took 2 bounces, went off the backboard and in.
That was a, wow.
8-point lead for Cumberland. Second one is also good. Hans gets it up quickly. Fusick for 3. Bang. Makes it a 6-point game. And this time they foul Fortune.
Marcus Fortune, the 5'10 guard. He's a sophomore.
Billy Hocker is incensed with his team for leaving Fusick wide open there. And he basically is saying that's the one kid you got to get on. Fortune's 1-and-1 is short. Here's Hans. Wildwood trailing by 6. 28 seconds to go. Hans to the basket. Layup. Oh, the foul.
Wow. And there's still plenty of time.
24 seconds to go. It's a 4-point game. Hans can make it a 1-possession game with a free throw here. Foul shot is short. Rebound. That's a jump ball. That's a good call by the official. Possession to Cumberland. I don't know what Wiest was thinking. He brought the rebound down and held it in his stomach, and Ryan Triano was able to tie him up. But Cumberland does have possession. They lead by 4, 22 seconds to go. Inbounding is Wiest. Got it into Turner. Turner stepped on the sideline. Turner stepped on the sideline. It's going to be Wildwood basketball.
And that's the 6th turnover here in the 4th quarter against the Colts.
Troiano to inbound.
Well, Wildwood needs to get a good shot. They need to score quickly, but a good shot.
Hans with the basketball, 17 seconds to go. Hans, right elbow jumper, banks it in. Timeout Wildwood with 10.6 seconds to go.
I know he didn't call bank shot.
Well, that's the Chris Savings bank shot. Well, listen, it wasn't a great decision. Jordan Fusick was on the left wing with his hands ready, wide open for 3, and that ball really should have been kicked to him, but Hans makes the shot. He's got 27 in the game. It's a 2-point game with 10.6 seconds to go.
And Brian, that's your classic, no, okay.
Yeah.
And as we said, a Crest Savings bank shot from about 15 feet. And Wildwood is still, unbelievably, 51-49, Cumberland on top, 10.6 seconds left to go. And the Warriors, anything can happen. And we're at that point.
Well, and the thing is, too, buddy, Wildwood's in an advantageous situation in that their next foul is still a 1-and-1. So Wildwood just has 8 team fouls. Cumberland to inbound.
And Wildwood takes their player off the ball.
They throw it away. It's off of Cumberland and out of bounds. And Wildwood will have the basketball with 10.3 seconds to go.
And Alex Daniel
Triana inbound.
subbed back in.
Got it to Kenneth. He'll bring it up. Goes to Hans. Hans with the basketball. He's fouled.
Yes, he will.
Hans will go to the line with 6.2 seconds to go to potentially tie this basketball game.
And I'll tell you what, Brian, that was a direct shot to the face. I mean, that was like one of those.
And that's Turner's fifth foul.
And that's been their go-to guy offensively. I mean, Turner's had a monster game.
Oh. And checking in will be Naheem
Brian,
Cabarrus.
in this quarter, he's
Cabarrus.
6 for 7 from the floor. In this quarter.
So here's
It's
Hans
Turner.
with 6.2 seconds to go. And if he makes both, he ties it. Wildwood has no timeouts left. Free throw is good.
He is now 3 of 7 from the charity stripe.
Hans,
4 of 7.
second of 2. It's good. Sub into the game.
Big free throws from the junior.
Tied at 51. Cumberland will use their last timeout with 6.2 seconds to go. Wildwood trailed this game by 10 with a minute left. And we're tied here at 51 with 6.2 to go. And, Wildwood's got to be careful here because, obviously any Warrior foul will send Cumberland to the line. I think if you're Wildwood, buddy, you got to defend just like you've done. Don't back off now.
No, and don't put somebody on the ball. Bring that
Right.
defender off so he can roam, go towards the ball and, double team and impede
And you want
the dribbler.
And you want to make Cumberland catch the ball going back toward the inbounder and not going forward.
And that is so important because
Any
you want to slow them down.
Any tie-up will go Wildwood's way with 6.2 seconds to go.
Possession arrow is in the Warriors' favor, but Coach Bobby Hocker, he's over there with his team. Now, obviously, right now, he does not have Ethan Turner, and Turner has really played tough.
Yeah, he fouled out with 19 points.
And as I had said, in this quarter, Brian, he was 6 for 7 from the floor.
Weast will inbound with 6.2 to go. Has the basketball, gets it to Mosley. Mosley will bring it up. Mosley will drive, shoots, no good, and we'll go to overtime.
I'll tell you, that was a great move because Brian Kniff came out defensively, Brian. He came out of the lane, one up high and straight, and made that a difficult angle for Mosley. Mosley had to shoot over him. Now, Kniff's about 6'2". He gets up pretty good, and he made a very good play there, and he wasn't even close to putting himself in a position to create a foul. So, can you say overtime?
Well, listen, if you just listed him at 6'2", then I must be 6'5".
Well, come on. He looks 6'2". He looks 6'5" to Mosley. It affected the shot. That's all that counts.
So Wildwood rallies from a 10-point deficit with a little over a minute to go.
And besides, if I want to embellish on your son's contributions, just be quiet and let me do so.
Yes.
But again, Wildwood comes back trailing, with a minute to go, as Brian said, by 10. And now, here we go. We have overtime. And we're looking, right, why not? As the official Ed Gorski says, we might get out of here by midnight. That won't be the first time in the history of the BBC that's happened.
No doubt. All right, so we'll jump it up. And it'll be Daniel going up against
And I'll tell you what,
Cabarrus.
we haven't said
Cabarrus wins the tip. No, but Jordan Fusick picks up the loose ball.
this has been a well officiated game tonight.
Yes, it has.
We have not complained about the officials yet.
Right side is Fusick. Alex Daniel. Bad dribble there. He dribbled it off of a Cumberland player. Ryan Troiano retrieves it and is fouled by Fortune. And that's an unfortunate foul for Cumberland because now Troiano is going to walk to the line to shoot two.
Fouls on Marcus Fortune. That's his first.
And Fortune, as the PA announcer just said, he picks up his first personal foul. He's a 5'10 sophomore.
First free throw by Troiano bounces in. He's got 4 points in the game. He's 2 for 3 from the line.
Ryan used every part of the rim.
Second one is good. The Wildwood draws first blood in overtime. They lead 53-51. Wiest with the basketball. Goes to Mosley. Mosley in the corner to Fortune. He traveled with it.
Well, sometimes, obviously, that's what happens when you're that open, and Fortune was looking to do something with the basketball. He really wanted to get rid of it, but he ended up, dragging his pivot foot.
Troiano to Hans. Hans, a baseline drive to the basket. No good, but a foul. He's fouled by Knock. I'll be honest with you, buddy. Cumberland's help side defense has been very good tonight. That was the one time where Hans saw that there was no help. Knock got there late, and we'll go to the line for two.
And he was able to drive that right baseline, as you said. He found that seam, and he took it right to Knock.
First one is good. Hans has 30.
54-51.
Second one is also good. Anthony Freeman checks in for Alex Daniel. Wildwood pressuring, Wildwood by 4 in overtime. They get it into Fortune. Fortune to Mosley, steered away by Fusick. Fusick to Troiano. Troiano in the corner to Hans. Hans back to Troiano. Wildwood by 4, 5 to go.
Pull it out and save
it. Busham, and that's going to count. The basket went in anyway. Cabarrus goaltended it. That shot was going to be short.
Yes, it was.
Wildwood gets a break there.
Wildwood gets a big break.
Wildwood by 6. Having trouble getting it in. They finally get it to Mosley. Mosley's bumped and fouled by Hans, and that's a bad foul. As Mosley now will walk down and shoot 2 free throws.
And that's going to be the 4th personal foul. That's his fifth.
That's his 5th. He's out.
He's reached his quota. Yeah, that is big. It's a 6-point game, however, exactly 3 minutes to play.
Oh, buddy, this is actually just a 1-and-1 for Mosley. Excuse me. It's the 9th foul. Free throw is good.
I'll tell you what, the freshman buries it.
Now, the Wildwood's going to have to go the rest of the way without its leading scorer as Hans fouled out. It's been a problem for Hans this year, buddy. He's been in foul trouble in a lot of basketball games so far. Second free throw by Mosley is good.
Nice rotation on his shot right there, Mosley. He's 4 for 4 from the charity stripe.
Kniff with the basketball for Wildwood. Goes to Busham. Now it's Troiano. Wildwood by 4, 2:45 to go in overtime. But Junior Hans, Wildwood's best player, has fouled out with 30 points. 31 points, excuse me. Fusick on the right side. Bounces back to Kniff. Wildwood content to take some time off the clock. Busham now.
Well, you're up 4, Brian. There's 2:30 to play. Why? You don't need to be in a hurry.
Yeah, here's Fusick, steps in, Busham fakes a three, back to Fusick.
Bring it out, set it up.
It's a steal by Knock, took it right out of the hands of Fusick and will lay it up and in.
Or maybe not.
And it's now Wildwood by just 2. Troiano with the basketball. Backs it away. Goes to Kniff.
1:55 to go.
Busham with it.
57, Cumberland 55.
Troiano with the basketball. Against Fortune. Troiano kicks. Busham pulls it out, goes to Fusick. Fusick for 3. That's not a good shot. Rebound brought down by Mosley. He's running. Mosley to the basket, pulls up, in and out. Rebound, Busham, and a timeout called by Wildwood.
Timeout Wildwood.
Wow. Wildwood by 2, 1:27 to go.
I hope the lights in this gym aren't on a timer.
Yeah, the lights just went out on the other side.
Yeah, they were flipped. They were out. That one.
57-55. Wildwood on top with 1:27 to go.
Still a lot of time left to play. And again, Junior Hans fouled out at about the 3-minute mark of this overtime. So Wildwood now has really, who's going to be that ball handler, who's not going to turn the ball over.
Well, you need to handle the ball and make free throws.
And you don't need to be in a hurry. You're winning. You know, launching shots that you can take any time is not a formula for success.
All right, so Wildwood will inbound. Get some pressure here. Here's Troiano against zone pressure by Cumberland. Fusick, center of the floor to Alex Daniel. Doubled, got it to Fusick. 1:15 to go. Wildwood by 2. Here's Troiano, hands off to Fusick. Fusick off a ball screen, got it to Daniel. Daniel drives, leans in, no good but a foul.
And Brian, we also, obviously, yes, we're talking about Junior Hans fouling out, but Cumberland is also playing without Ethan Turner.
Right.
Turner, their leading scorer tonight with 21 points, and he's been a monster out there. He had a big fourth quarter, as did Hans.
Alex Daniel is 0 for 1 from the line. He's got 4 points in the game. Free throw, nothing but net. He really took his time on that one. Wildwood by 3, 1:03 to go.
Turner had 12 points in that fourth quarter.
Daniel again to make it a 2-possession game with 1:03 to go. And this one is no good, in and out. Rebound brought down by Cumberland. Here's Mosley pushing. Mosley stops on the left side, still holding the dribble. Cumberland trailing by 3. Mosley foul line jumper is good.
That was a nice shot by the freshman.
Wildwood by 1, 47 seconds to go. Fusick got it to Troiano, gets it up across the timeline. He's doubled. Got it to Busham, to Daniel, to Kniff, drops the basketball. West with it. Cumberland can take the lead here. They try by 1. West.
22 seconds.
Mosley now. Mosley drives, kicks West for 3. Boom!
Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Wildwood's got to go quickly. Troiano, 8 seconds to go. Troiano down low to Kniff, leans in.
Oh, that was big. The sophomore Ryan Triano finds him open on the left side of the basket And Kniff, that one he wasn't dropping. He caught it, went up strong, drew contact, landed it off the glass, and now we are tied at 60, 4.6 seconds to play.
Well, he can give Wildwood the lead if he can make the free throw. It is good. Here's Mosley pushing for Cumberland. Mosley loses the basketball, no timeout Cumberland with 1.2 to go. Timeout Cumberland.
And they're going to get the ball on the sideline. So, Brian, with 1.2 seconds to go, they're going to be able to run something decent. A sideline out of bounds play with the proper screenage and the proper call.
Well, if you're Wildwood here, buddy, with 1.2 seconds to go, you have to switch on all screens here. You don't want to get back screen. They get a lob to the basket. You need to be switching on all screens here. You don't have to worry about a matchup of a big on a small or a small on a big, because Cumberland's got time for a catch, maybe one dribble and a shot. So you have to switch on all screens if you're Wildwood. And if I'm Wildwood, I'm guarding the inbounder and not allowing them to throw the ball toward the basket.
And also, you got to be in a situation where you have to be aware you don't want to commit a stupid foul. A foul because you're anxious or you don't need to commit a foul.
All right, so, and Wildwood smartly is going to put its best athlete in Anthony Freeman on the basketball. Cumberland checks in Caleb Green for the first time. He's a big kid. They may try to lob it inside. 1.2 to go. Wildwood going to stop. It'll be an unlikely victory. Triggering it is Wiest. Got it in. Knock for three. No good. And Wildwood wins it. 60 in overtime.
Wow.
What a rallied from 10 down with a minute to go to force overtime. And Junior Hans, their leading scorer, with 31 fouls out in overtime. And Wildwood somehow wins it 61 to 60.
Well, that's a big bucket by the sophomore, and then he draws the foul, scores the basket, and then he goes to the foul line. We're tied at 60. He knocks down the free throw. 4.6 seconds left to play, and that's what wins the game for Wildwood. Brian Kniff just made a very, very smart, strong move on the left side of that basket.
So Wildwood wins at 61-60. They'll play in the bracket title game tomorrow night at 7:30 against Mass Charter. For Cumberland, Ethan Turner with 19, Quyon Knock with 16, Lucas Wiest with 11, DJ Mosley with 6, 2 for Naheem Cabarrus. For Wildwood, Junior Hans with 31, Jordan Fusick with 10, 5 apiece for Alex Daniel, Anthony Freeman, and Ryan Troiano. 3 points for Brian Kniff and 2 points for Harley Busham. What a finish.
3 points for Brian Kniff, but the biggest 3 points he's scored to date in his career.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. It's a good finish for him. And Wildwood wins it. So Wildwood goes to 4-0. They'll play in the bracket title game tomorrow night at 7:30 against Mass Charter.
And we're hoping, as of now, we're trying. You never know. We may have that championship, and that's the Bernie McCracken Memorial Championship game. I mean, you talk about, wow, the longtime Hall of Fame coach for the Wildwood Warriors, and Wildwood gets a chance to win that game tomorrow night. So you never know. We're hoping that we can bring it to you, and stay tuned to Coast Sports Today, and we will let you know. And Brian and I will tweet it out, whatever it's called.
Well, a couple of twits will tweet it out.
Yeah, a couple of
twits.
nit twits.
All right, so for Sam Cohen, who handled the live video and the production for us, we thank everybody for joining us on this live video stream. For Buddy Tarbat, and I'm Brian Kniff. Once again, Wildwood wins it 61-60 in overtime over Cumberland at the Boardwalk Basketball Classic. Thanks for